Alright, so in this video we are going to go into the actual work of construction. One of the things we are going to look at is the bisecting. We are going to look at bisecting of a line as well as an angle. Okay, these are the things we are going to look at. Now the question is, what is to bisect? To bisect, boys and girls, is simply to divide. You can say to divide, or maybe cut, or maybe share. It could be a line or an angle into two equal parts. Okay, I think maybe the word cut or divide will do. So to bisect is to cut a line into two equal parts. It can be a line or an angle. You can say to divide or to cut an angle into two equal parts. Okay, so if you happen to cut a line or you happen to cut an angle into two equal parts, then know you have bisected. Okay, so that's the meaning of bisecting. So we are going to look at bisecting. We'll start with a line. A question can come like this one here. Okay, so here are the questions. Bisecting straight lines. The question reads, using geometrical instruments, which are the protractor, the ruler, the compass, and all that. So using geometrical instruments, bisect the following lines. We have A, 8 centimeters, and that is line AB. B, 5 centimeters, and that is line BQ. So how are we going to bisect these particular lines? So this is what you must do. Okay, so you simply get your ruler. Okay, you simply get your ruler as well as your pencil. Okay, like this. So you place it on your plain paper. Okay, and then measure length 8 centimeters. So you start from here up to the 8th centimeter. Okay, up to the 8th centimeter. Okay, allow me to do it from here. So this is my pencil. It's not a ball pen. It's a pencil. Okay, 8 centimeters. As you can see, that is the 8th centimeter there. Alright, so this is exactly equal to 8 centimeters. I'm sure it is visible enough to you. Okay, so this is line AB. So even right there to say A, B. Okay, don't forget to indicate that this is 8 centimeters. So that is what you do when you're asked to draw a line of a certain length. That's it, 8 centimeters. Now, since we are told to bisect, so we are going to cut this line into two equal parts. And when we cut, you must confirm half of 8 is 4 centimeters. We are going to even measure after doing our bisection. Okay, so to bisect, we'll need a sharp pencil like this one. We also need a compass. Okay, so I'm going to put this pencil inside the compass there. Okay, so you unscrew and then you screw to make sure that it is firmly held in there, like this. Then you open the radius. Okay, we call this distance, the distance from this end to that end of n length, we call that one radius. Okay, I hope we know what radius is because we've interacted with circles. So I've opened it, and then this radius that you open, you don't just open it anyhow. This radius must be more than half this length, okay? More than half the distance from here up to here. So you assume half is probably somewhere here. Now, you measure more than half, start from the starting point. Like for instance, if I choose to start from this point, from point A, if I choose to start from here, so it means I have to open my radius from here to more than half, maybe somewhere here, okay, somewhere there. So I have to open my radius in such a way. Okay, so as you can see, by looking you can tell that this is more than half, you can tell. So now, when you are fixing your compass pointer on a vertex, you have to hold your compass from this end somewhere here, okay? You only hold from here when you're constructing an arc, okay? So since I'm going to fix it, I'm going to fix on a point. I'm going to hold it from here like this. Then I'm going to fix it there, as you can see. Then I insert. Okay, then now that I'm going to construct an arc, I hold from the top, then I construct an arc. Okay, somewhere here, as well as down here, like that. Okay, now that I've constructed these two arcs, this one and this one, without changing my radius, the same radius should be maintained. I now go and fix it at another end here, like that. Again, you construct an arc like this. So have you seen where the two arcs have met? Okay, so these two arcs, as you can see, the first pair, they have met there and they have formed a point. Another pair has met here and they have formed a point. So it is at these 2 points that I'm going to draw a straight line using my ruler, okay? Using my ruler. So I simply get my ruler. And place it on those 2 points which have been created like this. Okay, so by so doing, I have bisected line AB. Okay, I've bisected line AB. So this was initially 8 centimeters from here to there. Now the distance from this end up to there should be exactly 4 centimeters. Why? Because I have bisected. Let's prove it together. I'm sure you can see it. It's already showing. Okay, from here up to here, it is exactly 4 centimeters. If we want, we can measure even the other end, starting from the very line there up to there. We can see that it is also equal to 4 centimeters from here to there. So you can see how we've bisected that line. Since there are 2 lines in question, we also have line PQ of length 5 centimeters. Okay, so it's the same thing. So I get my ruler and my pencil, my other pencil, since I need to, but it's also possible to work with one pencil if you can be comfortable with that. So since I'm using this plain paper, allow me to use this space that is here. So I'm going to draw a line that is equal to 5 centimeters from here. So starting from here up to where the 5th centimeter is, something like that. As you can see, this is exactly 5 centimeters. Even if we try to make it accurate, that's what it will be. So this is line PQ. So don't forget to label your line PQ and that it is equal to 5 centimeters. You show your 5 centimeters here. Now that you've been asked to bisect, it's the same stuff. No difference at all. The first example and the second one, they are not different at all. Okay, so there you go. You just open your compass. If it was like that, you open your compass to more than half the distance that is here. So by looking, you can just tell to say, okay, this is more than half. You can tell honestly, because half must be somewhere here. So more than half, if you're starting from B, more than half, I think that can do. If you're not okay with that, you can even maybe elongate it a little bit. But I think just this is enough. Okay. Then I fix my compass pointer there. I set. Then I construct. I'm sure you can see where I'm holding when I'm constructing an arc. I'm holding from here. Then I do that. Even down here, I do the same. Then I move my compass without changing the radius. As you can see, this distance has been maintained. So I fix it there again. I insert, then I construct another arc as well as another arc down there. Okay, I'm sure you can see where the 2 points have been made. So again, you get your compass, your ruler, you get your ruler and you place it. Okay, remember earlier I mentioned the use of this, we call it a divider. You can use it as well. If in the first example here I never used it, now I want to use it so that you can see how it works. In case you happen to be in need of using it, you just get it, you fix it at that end. In short, it can help you to draw your line if you don't want to struggle. You can just fix it there as well as there at these 2 ends which have been made. Then you get your ruler. Okay, you do that. Okay, like this. Then you get your pencil. So this is one of the work which this one does. Okay, you do that. So half of 5 is 2.5 centimeters. So even if we measure, you agree with me that this will be about 2.5 centimeters. Okay. Alright, and that is exactly because 2.5 is somewhere here. This is 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, 0.5 is exactly there. Even the other end is also 2.5. So this is how we bisect lines, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So the only important thing that I can advise you is please try to be as accurate as possible. Avoid unnecessary mistakes. Okay? If you're accurate, you find that all your work will be nice. It will look nice. It will be interesting. Okay? So that's it about bisecting lines. So now we are going to look at bisecting angles. Since remember, we are looking at bisecting. What is bisecting and how is it done? So we are going to look at bisecting angles using the examples below. Okay, so bisecting angles. So using geometrical instruments, bisect the following angles. A angle PQR, which is equal to 70 degrees. Then B angle ABC equal to 84 degrees. So we begin with the first one, PQR, which is equal to 70 degrees. Right, so we are going to need a protractor here because that's a key instrument that is used to measure the angles. But of course we need a ruler and a pencil as usual because all these together are the geometrical instruments. So I'll start with the pencil. Since we are constructing angle PQR, which is equal to 70 degrees, this is what we do when we're constructing angles. Okay, so you get your ruler, like you're going to construct it, I think somewhere just here. Okay, so you draw your line. Since this is angle PQR, so you can start with side PQ, then QR should be the one that that should be an arm that will be making the 70 degrees. So because when you're constructing an angle, you need to draw two arms or two lines that are meeting at a common vertex. So this will be my line, okay? And the line, when you're constructing an angle merely, you don't need to specify your length. What is important is you construct that particular angle. Like in this case, as you can see, I've just drawn a line here. Okay, I've not minded whether it's how many centimeters. It's okay unless if that is mentioned in the question. Like the way final exam questions come, they would even specify a length. But here, I'll not specify because I'm not interested in the length. So since I've drawn this line, I'll label it as line PQ. Okay, that is the line PQ. The length has not been mentioned. Okay, so since Q is my vertex, okay, so R will be somewhere this side, okay, it will be somewhere this side, so meaning the angle is going to be measured at Q. Since we are saying PQR, Q is the middle letter there, so an angle will be measured at this end here, okay, this is where we are going to measure the angle from. So here now, I get the protractor here, okay, I get the protractor. So as you know, this protractor is one instrument that you need to know how it works, how you use to measure angles. Like I mentioned in the previous video, you know, it has two directions. It has the clockwise direction, okay, starting from 0, 10, 20 up to the 180 degrees here, okay, as well as the anti-clockwise direction. Each one of these directions are used depending on where you are measuring the angle from, where is your origin, where is your starting point, okay? So like in this case, since the angle we are measuring is at Q, okay? So meaning that our starting point must be somewhere this side. On the protractor, it must be somewhere this side. You are going to see. And then another thing that you need to know is where are you going to place your protractor, because you don't just put it anyhow like this, okay, like this, just because you are measuring that angle. You need to know where exactly to place, okay. A protractor has what we call a center point, okay, a center point. You need to know where the center point is, because the center point is what helps you to measure an angle. So now, where is that? You know, when you look at your protractor, like this one here, it has this straight line. If we are to look at this as a line, as you know, the sum of angles on the straight line is 180 degrees. That's why you're seeing it here. And then there is also a vertical line here, which is going up to 90 degrees, this vertical line. So it is forming a plus sign somewhere here. Okay, now that point there, okay, the point that is here, the one that is making a plus, where the two lines are intersecting, that point is the one that we refer to as the center point. Okay, so it is that center point that must be placed where you want to measure the angle from. Okay, so like in this case, is the angle you want to measure is at Q, so I'm going to place it there. I want you to observe clearly. I want this center point to go at that end there. Okay, it must go at the end of Q, like this. And making sure that, you know, I said that it has a line, this one here. So this line must lie on top of the already drawn line, the line PQ. This side of the line must lie on top of the line that is drawn PQ. So it must appear something like this. Okay, now when you do this, I hope this is not a difficult stuff for you guys, because I think this is something that is very easy. So now I start now measuring. Since it is an 80-degree angle, I start to say 0, as you can see, 10, 20, so this is clockwise, right? So 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So 70 degrees must be measured there. So I'm going to just put a dot here, the dot that is going to guide me in my drawing of the line. Okay, just a simple dot like that. Then after doing that, I just get my ruler. Okay, I just get my ruler and connect these 2 points. Okay, I connect the 2 points, something that will appear like this. You can even exceed that like this. So here the angle, or rather the amount of turning, because by definition an angle is the amount of turning. The amount of turning that I've created here is 70 degrees. 70 degrees. Even if you try to measure, I'm sure we've already seen it, even if you measure, you can see that it's going exactly up to 70 degrees. As you can see, the line that has been protruded, it is at the 70 degree. Now, we are not interested in just constructing. Anyway, you've even learned how to construct an angle. So now, what we are interested in is bisecting the same angle. How do we bisect? I want you to pay a very good attention to this, because if you miss the concept, it is going to be hard for you, but it's not difficult at all. As usual, make sure your pencil is fixed in the compass and firmly held, something like that. Okay, and then if in case like this, you just open it to some radius. Okay, the radius must be strategic in such a way that it must be able to cut any of the 2 arms. Okay, it must be able to cut this line as well as this line. Okay, so I have to place my compass pointer at that end like that. I insert, then with the radius that I've constructed, because now I'm sure that it is going to cut this line as well as that line, so I just do this. I'm sure you can see the arc that has been constructed there. I just move down here as well without changing the radius like that, as you can see. So I've constructed my 2 arcs. Okay, so now what next? Now, having made these 2 arcs, I'm going to lift my compass. Okay, I'm going to lift it without changing the radius, but here even if you change, it doesn't alter anything. But to avoid problems, just maintain your radius as I have maintained. So with this same radius, I'm going to fix my end, the compass pointer here. I'm going to fix it at any of these 2 ends. It can be this one, it can be this one. Like for me, say I choose this. If I choose this, I just insert like that. Then I construct another arc somewhere on top here, like this. Okay, as you can see, it's not a difficult stuff, boys and girls. There is an arc. Then, since I stood here to construct this arc, I'm now going to fix it there. Okay, then I construct another arc like this. Okay, so the 2 arcs here have made to form that point there. Okay, so now that point that has been formed there, I'm going to draw a straight line. Okay, I'm going to draw a straight line from this end, from the vertex there up to there. Something like this. Okay, something like that. So by so doing, boys and girls, I have bisected the angle 70 degrees. We all know that half of 70 is 35 degrees. So if we measure from this end up to here, you discover that it will be 35 degrees. okay, to be 35 degrees. So here we go, I get my compass. I just want to confirm I've already done the work, I've bisected, okay. So I just want to prove whether this is true, because I'm saying that half of 70 is 35. I want to see if this will be 35 degrees. So when measuring, I have to make sure that my center point is at the vertex at Q, like that. Okay, it has to be something like this. Okay, so there is my 0. So now we measure from here: 0, 10, 20, 30. Okay, this is a 30th degree. We have 31, 32, those small ones, measure them as well. So 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 degrees. Okay, so I've been as accurate as possible for me to measure this. So I've bisected. Same applies to this. If we measure from here up to there, it will be 35 degrees as well. So my center point is there. I place it there. The line, as you can see, this line is here. So if you measure from here up to there, it's 35 degrees. I'm sure you can see that. This is 35 degrees. So we have bisected the 70-degree angle. Okay? We have bisected the 70-degree angle. So now, we are going to draw another angle, 84 degrees. We are going to draw an angle 84 degrees. Okay. Oh, sorry, I forgot to label this one as R. So this is where R is. It's very important not to forget that. So this is PQR. Okay. So that's it. So we are measuring 84 degrees, like I said. Okay, so to measure the angle 84 degrees, angle ABC, as usual, I'll need to draw a straight line. I'll need to draw a straight line of any length, since we have not been told how long it should be. So let me draw this line here and label it line AB. Okay, line AB, like this. AB. Now I want this angle to be 84 degrees. Okay, so since the angle is at B, okay, we're saying AB. So B, at this end, that's where we are going to measure our angle 84 degrees from. So I get the protractor. Then I put it at this end, the center point. Remember, the center point is this one here. So I make sure that my center point is at that end, and this line here, okay, this line, this part must be on top of this line that is drawn for you. So something like that. Okay, I'm sure that is making sense to you. Something like this. So I'm drawing 84 degrees. That's the angle that I'm constructing. Okay, I want you to see it clearly. So this time around we are using the anti-clockwise now, because the angle I'm measuring is somewhere this side. So we are going to use this 0 here, 0, 10 and all that. We can't use this in case you may try to confuse yourself. How do you start from 180 and then locate your 84 degrees? It can't work. You have to start from 0. So this time the one working is the anti-clockwise direction. So 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Now that we want 84, so where there is 100 here, that's 80 altogether. So I want 84, so I'll say 81 is there, 82 there, 83, 84. 84 is this part here, just before the 85th degree. So I just put a dot there. Okay, I just put a dot there. Then I get my ruler and finish up my drawing. I will draw a line that will pass through the 2 points, which is this end as well as where the dot is somewhere here. Okay, I label even this end as C. Okay, as C. So this end is C, this is B, that is A. So angle ABC, this angle here is equal to 84 degrees. Okay, we have constructed the angle 84 degrees. Now, are we interested in constructing it alone? No, because the question says bisect. We want to divide this angle into two equal parts. So in doing so, just like we did in the previous example, we get our compass, then we open it to some radius. The radius must be reasonably opened such that it should be able to cut any of these two arcs. Okay, so when doing so, I must place it at that vertex there. A vertex is a point where two lines meet. So let me just open it up to somewhere there. So now I draw my arcs. There is one arc. There is another arc. I'm sure you can see that. Then I'm going to place my compass point at any of these two ends, either this or that. Now let me this time around choose this end. I fix it there. I insert. Then I construct an arc. Okay, like this. Then I go at another end, which is here. I insert. I construct another arc like that. So I'm now going to just draw a straight line that will pass through those two ends like this. Okay, so this line that has passed through this point is the line that is bisecting the angle 84 degrees. Okay, so you know half of 84 is actually 42 degrees. So if you measure an angle from that starting point up to where the line is, it must be 42 degrees. Let's try it and see. Okay, so I get my compass. I place it at the vertex, the center point. I'm sure you can see this point here. I fix it exactly there. Okay, something like this. Something like that. Okay, I'm sure you can see that the center point is at the vertex, and this line, the line that is drawn, has been covered by this part of the protractor. So now I measure from here. Now I have to use anti-clockwise again, so you can see we have 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 is here. So we have 41, 42. So 42 is this one, as you can see. That's where the line has gone through. So boys and girls, this is how we bisect angles. Okay, this is how we bisect angles. Right, so now there is your exercise. I'll need you to try the following questions. So thanks for watching and enjoy.